Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I posted anything, but today we're going to be doing something a little different. Actually, way different. You know, once upon a time, California wasn't full of a bunch of bitches. And to prove that, let's go check out some old mining equipment they used in the Gold Rush era. Let's go. Alright guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm here in Grass Valley, California, and we're going to do a little tour of some old mining equipment at a closed down mining museum. So let's go take a look. Alright, what we got here is called a Cornish pump, and I'm basically just reading off of the placard there, but it makes it easier so you guys don't have to sit there and look at that. But what it is the walking beam engine, a mechanical water pump used in local gold mines before the turn of the century. Using a 16-inch cylinder, it pumps 1,000 gallons per minute. When operated by steam, the pump boiler would consume 15 cords of wood per day. When powered by this 48-inch Pelton water wheel, the operating cost was minimal. The pump rod, when 1/2 mile long, weighs 135,000 pounds. So if you see there's a grease shaft right there that spins at 4 RPM, and you got a smaller gear down there that'll be spinning at 30 RPM, which so on and so forth moves down the line. And there's different kinds of setups, obviously, and belts, gears, pulleys, etc., to give you a different kind of pumping action. I'm sure a lot of you guys will recognize that logo right there. Ingersoll Rand, of course, making a lot of mining equipment and pumps, compressors, etc. back in California history. So, as most of you know too, they're still around, still expanding, making hand tools now. Well, back in the hand tool game, I would say, but they've been around for a long time. Check that shit out. So what we got down here? This machine was made by the Gibson Company before the 19th century and was called coffee grinder because of its resemblance to a coffee grinder used in those days. It differs in that it was operated with a stream of water to wash out ground ore as soon as the ore became small enough to liberate the particles containing gold. Very few of them were manufactured as they were easily plugged up because of too much ore or too little water being fed to it. It does look like a coffee grinder. What a trip. You can see it spins up there. This little drive shaft, I guess. Very cool. Check out these gears. Massive. Crazy. A 20-man skip, 72-degree incline from the Idaho Maryland mine in Grass Valley, California. This thing would hold 20 men and go down a 72-degree incline, taking people into the mine shaft. That is a trip right there. That would be scary as fuck. Some big ass nuts. And this is what they called a Crott flotation cell. This machine was used to produce a high-grade concentrate of gold and sulfide minerals in an air-induced froth from a finely ground low-grade ore in an agitated water slurry, to which frothing and collecting reagents had been added. The mineralized froth overflowed the weir at the top of the tank, and the waste or tailings was removed from the bottom. Interesting. It's got belt-driven pulleys up here, which will, I guess, froth the water. And you'll see there's the tool stamp. Wow. Berkeley, California. That's old California history right there. Here's a large stamp mill. Each stamp weighs 1,700 pounds and was dropped at 90 times per minute. Check that shit out. Miners Foundry and Supply Co., Nevada City, California. Here's some more old school Ingersoll Rand tooling here. Check that shit out. Ingersoll Rand Co., New York, made in USA. There's a serial number right there. This is probably from early 1900s. It's electrically powered. See, you got the switch box down here, which is General Electric. I'm not sure if you guys could see that in there. General Electric tools, or company, I would say. Still making stuff to this day, both of these companies. It's just a trip to see them back in the day. Got some sort of foot operation down there. Hand crank right there. Water valves right there. Ingersoll Rand, look at that. It's interesting. Alright, so what this thing is called is, they call it a steam donkey. And it's basically a steam engine powered by 3 men who control. And you could load and unload ships, cargo, off of trains, whatever it may be. This is 1800s engineering right here. And basically this thing just helps you carry heavy loads to unload or load, I guess, ships and stuff, or whatever it may be. But this one's restored, obviously. And just take a look at it. So what we got here is a portable stamp mill, and this is made by Straub Manufacturing Company in Oakland, California. Back when Oakland used to actually make shit and California used to be industrialized. But I guess it says this model could be broken down and carried on muleback to test, or that might have high gold content. So they would actually break this shit down and carry it by mule to the next mining site, which is very interesting because this shit is heavy. Now, this is all iron, solid iron. Very interesting. This is a giant core that was bored out of a mine shaft. That thing is huge. Look at that thing. Interesting. So this thing originates out of North Star Mine here in Northern California, which is one of the biggest mine shafts in California history. Some more ore cars. Original. Look at that wood on there. Get in close on there. It's all rotted away. And then they have the all cast iron ones. Seem to be a better design. Seem to hold a lot of ore as well, as opposed to the small wooden ones. But interesting nonetheless. So out of North Star Mine as well. An aerial tramway. 2 aerial tramways were used at the North Star. The first in 1918 was about 1,200 feet long and transported tailings from the cyanide plant to the east side of Wolf Creek. Ore produced at the North Star was sent to the Empire Mine for processing on a 6,000-foot tramway in 1930. Because of the war effort in 1941, the tramway was dismantled and sent to Glen City to a chromite mine, chrome being essential for the war. The picture is of the tramway at cyanide plant. The tower is removable to maintain tension and allow distribution of the payloads. So there you'll see it right there. Let's keep moving forward. We are going across this old stone bridge, going over the creek here. Tripping out right here because it looks like an old freaking frame of some sort sticking out of here. I don't know what the fuck it is, but something. And in typical California fashion, just wouldn't be complete without a fucking homeless camp. Some fucking pizza boxes and some dirty ass fucking jacket. So that's it, pretty much. Unfortunately, I came on a day that the museum is closed, so couldn't really give you the full tour. But hopefully what I showed you was interesting. Hopefully you kind of like this kind of content. I do, being a California native myself, and just going back to the gold rush era and that sort of time of industrial revolution is very interesting to me. So let me know if you guys like this kind of content in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Thanks.